So we are on our way to Sedona, Arizona, and we made a quick stop here at New River, Arizona, and had breakfast at this amazing place. Look at the backdrop. We got the Ferrari F12. Since I bought this car, I've not really done, and excuse the wind by the way, we're going to jump in here momentarily. I've not done a POV drive, kind of explaining what it's like to drive this car, what it feels like, what it sounds like. So we're going to do this now on our way to Sedona with the beautiful Arizona desert, mountain chains. Hopefully we'll also get some Red Rock Mountain backdrops in my dream supercar, the Ferrari F12. Now we might get some little whining from my wife that's sitting in the passenger seat, because of course we got to get on it a little bit. Hi honey. Hi. Nerd. Nerd? See, this is what I look like when I film a POV, by the way.
A proctologist.
Proctologist, yes. All right, so we're gonna start her up. And well, before we do that, we'll take a look at the steering wheel, because this is where everything is. We got the start button. This is the bumpy road mode button, actually, to soften up the shocks a little bit. We got turn signals right here. This is for headlights, of course. We got our windshield wipers. And then the most important thing here, the Manatino, which I usually always 99% of the time keep in race. So you have to turn the key, and then you start it up. And for some reason I can't recalibrate my TPMS sensor, so if you see a little light here, don't mind that. Now the start button is just a start button. It's not a stop button, so you just turn the key, pull it out, and just shut the car off. Now we got a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, lightning fast, so that is how you shift gears in this car. It's not available in a manual, unfortunately. That would be kind of cool. You got carbon fiber all through the interior. You got reverse button right here. This is for automatic, if you want to drive it on an automatic. Here is launch control, and then we got climate control settings buttons here. That's pretty much it, and just some stuff for the different screens. You actually have a passenger display as well that she loves. Not. So we're doing some minor little off-roading here. We can actually obviously turn on bumpy road mode. So we have a naturally aspirated 6.3 liter V12 producing 731 horsepower and 509 pound-feet of torque. I'm in the wrong lane. And that was, and I'm not kidding, about half throttle. This car moves like no other car I've ever driven. The power delivery that it has is just absolutely insane. Carbon ceramic brakes, grip like no other brakes I've ever experienced either. Now you got shift lights on the steering wheel. Got a nervous wife? I have aftermarket wheels on this car, so it's 22-inch wheels in the rear, 335/25/22, and then we have 21-inch wheels up front. They're 255/30/21. The car handles extremely well. Now the F12 is a GT car, so it's a Grand Tourer. It weighs 3,900 pounds. And not dry weight, that's with fluids, gas, and everything like that. So it's obviously a little heavier to be a Ferrari, but that is because it is a GT car. But it still handles very, very well. But the main thing that I just absolutely love about driving this car is, of course, the power delivery and the sound, the amazing sound you hear from the V12 when you're getting on it. Now we do have an exhaust coming for this car as well. That's definitely going to open it up. It's going to be a straight pipe, catless, and yeah, I guess I'll have to do another video just because of that exhaust. I mean, just take a second and look at this view. This is amazing. We haven't even entered the Red Rock Mountains yet. But since we are using this car on a road trip currently, I mean, we could mention gas mileage real quick. Not that you buy a car like this for any kind of good gas mileage. With that being said, I don't know what the gas mileage is, but it's actually not half bad on the highway. We've gone 87 miles, if you guys can see the little trip meter right there, and we have 2 bars down. on the fuel gauge here. So, you know, as soon as you do any kind of spirited driving or city driving and that kind of thing, it is horrendous. Probably 8 miles to the gallon maybe. But on the highway, like I said, puffing around 75, 80 miles an hour, right around 3,000 RPM, it's not bad at all. We also have a lot of room in here for a supercar, that is. We have my wife's suitcase in the back. We have my suitcase in the back, actually right here. And my backpack is in the trunk as well. So, you know, being a GT car, it's actually very usable. If we were, let's say, driving a Huracan with the tiniest little frunk ever, we would not be able to do a trip like this. It's impossible with 2 people. She would have to have everything in her lap, and that's not happening. We're finally entering the beautiful Red Rock Mountains. I mean, you can't have a better backdrop than this in a video, whether it's a car video or anything else. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So we just arrived at a extremely nice bed and breakfast here in Arizona, and I thought that we'd take a look at the trunk space here real quick before we go back out on the road. So we got a bunch of dirty laundry and stuff here, but to be a supercar, this is extremely impressive. Now we got the sport seats, which are also very comfortable to be sports seats. They're obviously a little bit on the stiffer side. Even my wife thinks they're comfortable. Now if you buy an F12, definitely find one with the front end lift, which is very easy, by the way. It's just a 1-button press, unlike some McLarens, for instance. You have to click a whole bunch of buttons. Now the dual clutch transmission does well in stop and go traffic, unlike a single clutch transmission in the Aventador, but it can still be a little rough and a little jerky, but all in all, it's very, very drivable. But just look at this view and listen to the sound. Zero to 60 in the F12 is supposed to be 3.1 seconds. We're just gonna go here. So that's 60. Now I didn't use launch control or anything like that, and you know, these roads, with as beautiful as it is, it's kind of amazing how trafficked they are. So we're not trying to do anything crazy here, but I'm just happy that I can drive this car on these beautiful roads. We finally made it to Sedona, by the way. See, these roads are amazing. They're twisty. I mean, the speed limit is low, but yeah, they're made for a car like this. One thing I've noticed is my wife doesn't get as nervous anymore in the twisties because she drove this car in the Malibu Canyons and kind of got to know it. That's a good thing.
Sure is dry.
Man, look at all these people out hiking. If you want to rev, you just pull both paddles, and there you go. You're in neutral.
Well, it has
Just listen to that V12, baby. Listen to it. I know.
I hear it, I hear it.
Listen to it, and then you watch the beautiful mountains of Sedona, the Red Rocks.
And look at these roads. These roads to me seem like they would be a Ferrari dream.
They are a Ferrari dream. It's just going very slow here. That's the only problem. They're a sport slash supercar dream. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous.
Like, look at this shit! God!
Well, folks, with this beautiful backdrop here, where I think we're gonna end today's video. We've had a short little road trip from Scottsdale to Sedona, Arizona, and try to cover as quickly as possible what it's like to drive a Ferrari F12. To me, an absolute dream. I don't really know what you guys think, but yeah, here it is. I do hope you enjoyed it though. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a huge thumbs up if you guys are stopping by for the first time. And you haven't already and you want to, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye from Sedona.